Hey, James. Thanks for having me. It's
Then
great to
you're,
be here.
yeah,
Uh,
welcome. Yeah, please, let us know, introduce yourself to the audience, and let us know who you are, what you do, and how has your business been.
okay. Well, I'm Marge Brown. I live in Connecticut in the US, and I am a freelance writer and also an ESL teacher. When I was really busy with my freelance writing, I didn't have time to do anything else. But then I decided to explore the world of ESL, and I signed up with a couple of platforms. And although the pay was not very good, $10, $12 an hour, I really enjoyed it because I got to meet people from all over the world and learn about different cultures. It was just a highlight of my day. And I had just had a lot of fun. So I started to narrow my niche even there and cultivate students who were IT professionals because that's my niche, and that made it even better. So we got to talk a lot about a lot of industry issues, and so then I wanted to have a digital business, some sort of digital marketing business. And honestly, James, I don't know how you found me, how I found you, but somehow you came into my world and I saw the 21-day challenge and said the timing was perfect. And that was it. I signed up.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, probably using social media to get into your world. Okay, so just speaking of your background before like New Challenge, I know you spent a lot of years in different industries and have different careers, and because some of our audience probably also have a lot of non-teaching experience before. If you can highlight that a little bit, just to let people know, everyone probably can have a teaching business if you have the passion in teaching.
Okay. Well, I spent the bulk of my career in a large insurance corporation, and then I became a tech journalist for 5 to 7 years, and that's when I really knew I was a freelance writer. I worked in real estate and primarily in the marketing campaigns for that, doing a lot of writing, web design, that sort of thing. Uh, and I focus now, my freelance writing is primarily on writing biographies for people. I'm a ghostwriter and I love that. Again, it's the one to one interaction that I really enjoy. So I've done a lot of things and always looking for something new to use my talents and interests. And so right now, I feel like I have the perfect combination.
That's great. That's great. So yeah, so then you had a background, different careers, and then you found about teaching ESL. Then you started with some companies, right?
Mhm.
EF, English education,
Yes,
education,
yes,
education first, right? And then
yes.
also Cavalier,
Hmm.
right?
Yes, because one of the things that I really wanted was flexibility.
Yeah.
I've been working from my home office since the mid 90s, and there was no way I was going to, go back to any sort of office situation. Um, I have a really busy family. I like to go to a lot of sports events, and I don't control those schedules, so I like to work around my outside interests.
Yeah, yeah. So you were working with, let's say, EF and Campley. You are getting the flexibility. So what made you to think to take the 21 challenge and go independent, so, like maybe getting your own students?
Well, because I knew I was worth so much more than they were paying me, and uh, I just was getting great feedback from my students. So, uh, and I just love technology. I really wanted to have my own digital marketing business, and I thought, well, that would be the perfect segue for me. I actually had tried other niches for other digital marketing endeavors, and they didn't work. And so I thought, well, this one, I think I have a really good chance.
Gotcha. And if you don't mind sharing that, how much you were getting paid with these companies you used to work with?
Oh, I don't mind. Yeah, if it was $13 an hour in Cambly, I think it's standard $10 an hour. You don't do it for the money. I didn't do it for the money. A little bit, but not too much. More for the interaction and all
Yeah.
the things I learned about different cultures.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I believe a lot of teachers watching right now also had experience or even currently working with these companies. If that is you, please, in the comments, share if that's your experience too. So I think that's one of the reasons you decide. So two reasons, I guess, right? To summarize, one is underpaid, right? Number
Mhm.
two is you feel like you're really good at what you do and you can make it better, right? That's the reason you join the 21 challenge and learn how to get your own students online and even charge a higher rate. So what happens after 21 challenge? Are you getting your own students? Are you charging higher now?
Yes, yes. I'm charging $40 an hour now, and I have my private clients. And the big transition for me, and uh, I know myself, I don't just teach English. I do a lot of personal and business coaching. So I don't call them students. I call them clients, and I'm a coach. I'm really not
Mm,
just an English teacher. So with all of that, I definitely deserve to be paid more. And so I'm only just beginning now, and so that's a starting point, and it's going to go up.
yeah.
But I'm happy, for the increase for
Cups.
sure.
Absolutely. That's already 2 to 3 times of increase you're getting paid from these companies. And you did a challenge in August, right? It's only been six months, 7 months. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, $40 an hour is not the highest in our community. We have teachers charging much more. But as you said, right, it takes time and takes time for you to build some confidence and also for you to build a business as well.
Right.
So that's great. Thank you for sharing that. And quickly, moving on, and for everyone who's watching right now, if you like the interview so far, please click on the like and just help us promote the live session so more people can see the interview on social media. So now let's move on to the next one, which is very interesting topic that you mentioned, when we had a chat the other day, Marge. So in the 21 challenge, we actually focus a lot on
Mhm.
LinkedIn as the major social media platform we use, and in the training, in the 21 challenge. And I remember you said LinkedIn, uh, you learned a lot about LinkedIn, right, through the 21 challenge. So I want to kind of elaborate on that. So how's your experience before with LinkedIn before 21 challenge, and what you learned, like major takeaways of LinkedIn, and anything you want to share with the audience about LinkedIn?
Okay. Well, I really was not a LinkedIn user before the 21-day challenge. I had a profile, but it was out of date. And I thought, well, maybe this is where I need to go. So I used the training in the 21-day challenge to update my banner and advertise what I wanted to do. And uh, through your training, James, I started to make connections. I think I had 300 connections when I started, and I have over 1,800 now.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's because of I have to give credit to Steffi and you and the whole team for really emphasizing how important the 6 daily habits are and getting on LinkedIn every day and putting out the connection requests. But what I found was it isn't just a mechanical situation. I've made so many good contacts on LinkedIn. People are so incredibly friendly. They're grateful when I give them. I have this freebie I share when someone connects, and it's just such a it really is a group of professionals, and I like that. So I follow the training, and it works totally.
Yours. Yeah, absolutely. So I agree with you too. I have much better feeling about the connections I make on LinkedIn comparing to other platforms for sure. So I don't know, do you use social media like at all for your other businesses before 21 challenges? How you feel about using social media as a
Uh,
marketing tool?
well, I've used Facebook,
Okay.
and that's really the only social media platform I ever used. I've done Facebook pages and groups, that sort of thing. So I probably should have been on LinkedIn a long time ago,
Yeah.
but I didn't need it to get business.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it was a great transition, and I'm just so happy to be using it now every day.
Absolutely. So we got quite a lot of people watching us on LinkedIn right now. 20 people there on LinkedIn. Yeah. So if you're watching us on LinkedIn, no, definitely share your kind of comments, opinions about using LinkedIn for marketing. If you are not using it for marketing, as Marge suggested, right, that can be a great tool for you to do that. And I really like the part you mentioned, like you are making a lot of good connections. Maybe they're not necessarily your students, right? But there are very supportive professionals. Do you want to highlight that a little bit more, like how these people like making connections, the connections on LinkedIn has been like supporting you and helping you in this journey?
Well, I focus on connecting with IT professionals, and couple of countries I'm working to, get more of a network in right now. Uh, well, the other thing with IT professionals, not only do they have to learn English for their global projects, but they have to constantly earn more certifications.
Um,
And so they're always out on LinkedIn celebrating. Oh, I just got this latest certification. So there's always somebody that you can say, oh, congratulations to. I don't know if it's as common in other professions, but it certainly is with IT people. And I don't know, they've just been very grateful for any comment I make. And I've also connected with a few other ESL teachers, and we support each other commenting on our posts. Plus, uh, I I never wrote an article for LinkedIn until I started the 21-day challenge, and now I post 3 times a week. So I really am trying to create a presence there.
nice. Yeah. Before we move on, about LinkedIn, and for those teachers who are interested in using LinkedIn, what would be the number one tip you want to share with the teachers who are not very familiar with LinkedIn? What would be the number one thing you want them to know about using LinkedIn to get students?
Well, it's just if you have defined your niche, it's easy to find people in
Yeah.
your niche if you learn how to do the searches using the filters. And I've done all of that just with the free version. I haven't even upgraded to the paid version yet. So
Okay.
I can only imagine how that will help.
Yeah, that's a great point. The free version of LinkedIn, right, allows. So there are workarounds. So that's how we put it. Right? There are workarounds for us for teachers to use a free LinkedIn. And just imagine you've been using free LinkedIn, and you have developed a network from 300 to 1800, right, in the past 6 7 months.
Hmm.
So and that I think that's is, and that goes back to what you said, the 6 habits, all that, right? So everyone in the in the audience we're watching right now, if you have questions about LinkedIn marketing, all that, let us know. We're gonna definitely help you with that. But just knowing, like, with free LinkedIn, Merge is able to develop connections and having people, and make sure you have a very clear defined niche that help you with the searches. Just to summarize, that's what you said there. So thank you very much for that, Merge. So let's move on. So that's LinkedIn marketing. One of the things I want to talk about is, LinkedIn is a big part of the 21-day challenge. We teach that with a lot of details, how you do things, connecting, posting, to like how to find them, what the messages, templates, all of things, everything you need to know in the 21-day challenge. So moving on, the next part I want to talk about as well is something we've been like talking a lot in the past year, the AI, right? So that's one thing we started actually implementing and incorporating in the training since probably like March, April last year. So we added a lot of training to the 21 challenge, to the inner circle, all of our programs with AI. So how do you feel about AI and how that has been helping you, Marge?
Oh my gosh. I have totally embraced AI, and you were really a catalyst when you started demoing some of the ways you could use AI to create uh, marketing messages and things like that. I realized I wasn't leveraging it enough. So I have the paid version of ChatGPT, and I use it every single day. If I want to write an article for LinkedIn, I'll just give it a little instruction. Oh, I want this 300-word article on this topic, and if I don't like the article, I'll say, oh, please rewrite it in a more friendly tone. Boom, there it is, and it's good information. I make sure that it's useful to my niche, and then I add graphics. I'm not um, into video yet because I'm a writer. I like to write. I like to work with words. So uh, I don't know. I can't imagine keeping up with what I'm doing now without AI. I
Yeah.
use it every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And then when it comes to AI, we always emphasize two things. So how AI for teachers, right? How AI help you improve your productivity and save time in teaching and marketing. So you can mention a lot about marketing, writing posts, help you with developing content. So how have you been using AI for teaching as well, creating materials or outline things? Have you been doing that too?
Yes, absolutely. When I first started the 21-day challenge, I started the framework for my 8-week program. And of course, when I got my first student, it wasn't completely done. I was trying to finish it as we worked through it. And by the time I was done with my first student, I had the program in its elementary form. So uh, going through now with 7 students, I have developed so much more material, but again, it's been through AI. Uh, for example, I'll just say, oh, I'd like a sheet with 10 tips for speaking more confidently. And boom, there it is. I shared something like that yesterday with one of my contacts on LinkedIn, and he was just so grateful. And it's such a good feeling to just be able to produce something that quickly and share it with people who absolutely need it in their day-to-day work. So yeah, no,
Absolutely.
I use it for that constantly.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, of course, we want to make a note, right? So, whenever we use AI, we do need to like customize, personalize,
Hmm.
unless you're really good at prompting and you feed your AI with a lot of things you already developed. But most of the time, you do want to customize. Don't just use what you got from ChatGPT
Right.
or other AI tools for sure. Yeah, great. So, we got quite a lot of people watching right now. So, I wanted to ask you guys: Are you using AI right now, ChatGPT? If you are, has it been helping you? If you're not, like what stop you from using it, right? We'd love to hear from you guys. Share some comments with us for sure. Yeah, so that's about AI. So we talk about LinkedIn, we talk about AI. Now let me take a very quick break. Please, though, if you have been enjoying this interview, please give us a like, so that we can get our live session out there on social media. If you have questions, please put in the comments. If we don't answer them right away, we'll answer them later at the end of this interview. And if you haven't been following us, we have started an event homepage. I want to show you guys one more time. So I'm going to share the link with you guys, Bowie Strategy monthly events. So that's where you can get links to all the events, live events we host every month. This is the one we're happening right now with Marge, and we're gonna have a new 21 Challenge celebration to answer questions to celebrate our new version of 21 Challenge tomorrow. Now you can click on any of the links to join us tomorrow, and we're gonna have a courses versus membership. The live session with Richard talking about the differences between selling courses and the memberships. And we already have our May events lined up already. We're adding a few more. We're building them up. We have this interview with Kelly talking about how she what no from go from went from a primary school teacher in the UK to having 160 students in her tutoring business with a lot of teachers helping her. So you don't want to miss that one. And I have a workshop, 2-hour free workshop in May as well, talking about how teachers can turn their teaching expertise into recurring revenue. That's 2-hour free workshop. You can register here for free. So make sure you get this link booked and check it more frequently. Now we are adding new events as we go. All right, so that's all. Just want to take a break here. So I'm seeing here, yes, friend. Let me just remove this one. French Fry said, I've been using Bar and Gemini for a while. Yeah, that's great. So anybody else? Hey, well, this will be available for watch after. Yes, Amanda, just the same link. However you got here, the same link, you can watch the recording later if you have to go earlier, okay? All right, and if you bookmark the event homepage, all the link there, you can watch them later on as well, all right? So as long as you have the link to the home event page, the event homepage, you're all set, okay? All right, so far we talked about LinkedIn, we talked about AI. We want to quickly move on to one more thing. I want to get um, Marge's opinion on. So one thing when I had a chat with you, one thing that really can inspire me to talk about today is how you value actions. You know, taking actions.
Ah,
And I want to comment on that because, believe it or not, a lot of teachers suffering, like struggling with that. They are
mm,
doing training after training. They're taking certificates after certificate. They're getting degrees after degrees, but they don't really take action,
mhm.
implement what they have learned, and generate tangible, practical results. So then I think hopefully we can inspire them today. Let's talk about taking action. So Marge, what do you want to say here?
Okay. Well, I told you when we connected, I decided, oh, this is what I wanted to do, the 21-day challenge, and that was last summer. I think I originally signed up for the June program, and then I realized that it was going to take a lot of time to follow the training and implement the training, and I had a 2-week European vacation planned. So I had to call your office and say, I can't do this in June. I need to move to August. So they were very accommodating. And so I moved it to August when I knew I would have more time. So I cleared the decks as much as I could so I could really absorb the training and get going. But you have to be comfortable with imperfect action, imperfect results. To really launch something new. And the other thing, though, I really want to emphasize, and this is part of our training when we're talking to our prospects, if you really want to do something this major in your life to start a business, what are the chances you can do it on your own? You really need a coach. It's like any endeavor where you're going to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You need people pushing you to do that, and even though you want it. So I can't say enough about the coaching that came from James and his team. And I really want to give a shout out to Steffi and her mindset coaching because it's so powerful. Uh, so yes, take action, but get the right coaches by your side to move you, help you move where you want to go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Marge. Yes, I think you got to the really good points. If we want to talk about taking action, and we have to talk about the mindset. So what is behind not taking action? What is behind the hesitation, right? The procrastination, all of that. So what is the so thinking about yourself, right? What is the biggest mindset challenge that has been kind of affecting you and you have been working very hard on? What is the mindset challenge you will share with us?
Okay. I think it's probably just self doubt.
Doubt.
Uh, can I do this? Will it work? Is this, going to be something else that I'll try but won't work?
Yeah.
How do I know I'll be successful? Well, you don't know. That's the thing. But if you work and get your mindset really strong, and I've actually uh, integrated this whole concept in my communication coaching. I tell my clients, if you don't have a strong mindset to improve your English communication, it's not going to happen. It basically is. It's black and white. If you don't have that strong mindset, you're wasting your energy, I think. Don't even bother getting into action. You have to have it. It's basic. So work on your mindset. Get that really strong. If you hear self doubt coming in, you know, pick up your. I have these things that Steffi has trained us to use. Like, oh no, I'm going to do this. I've already achieved it, and you have to learn the techniques and apply them to really counter all that self doubt and fear and uncertainty that is just bound to come in.
That's great. That's great. So I think that resonates with a lot of teachers about the self doubt. So what else you want to share in terms of how you overcome that? What is the practice you do? Like what are the things that you do when you start doubting yourself? Like, can I do this? All that. Anything you want to share with teachers who are struggling with this too?
Okay. Uh, well, now that I have achieved the proof of concept with my business, I I see this journey as sort of preparing, for a long trip, and so I've actually reached a milestone now, and if I feel self doubt or uncertainty, I look at that and I say, no, you're already in, you've already achieved this major milestone. So there's no reason to turn back. If you've done that, now you can do the next one, whatever that is. So it's just a question of building on your accomplishments, no matter how small. I mean, someone might say, "Well, proof of concept, that's no big deal," but it is. It is because it's a major milestone, and then you can go from there. So pat yourself on the back once you get each one.
Great. In my word, I would say having maybe smaller milestones, right? You're seeing achievements. So not aiming to have six-figure business right away. Then you're gonna start doubting yourself. Okay, can I get that? But having something maybe more immediate. Okay, let me get a proof of concept first. Proof of
Mm-hmm.
concept. So for those of you who are not clear with the proof of concept, that's how we determine if this idea is valid. No, it's gonna happen. So in this teaching business, we always say if you can get three students from the same niche, you got your proof of concept. So instead of thinking about getting six-figure business or getting a couple $1,000 into your business, okay, let me focus on getting three students to get a proof of concept. And then after proof of concept, maybe the next milestone is okay, let's get $1,000 consistently and then move on. So like maybe smaller milestones. Is that what you're trying to tell us too?
Yes, exactly. And that builds your confidence. So when you're talking to your next prospects, you're already confident that you can do it. And that comes through. That comes through your conversation with them. And I've learned how to ask for testimonials, and so every little step helps to build your confidence. So you have to start though. You have to start, but you need coaches. You definitely have to have coaches.